What is up, my survivors, fellow thrivers? What is up, my survivors, my fellow thrivers? It is me, authentically Regina B, and I'm back filming another video. And I wanted to do this one for personal reasons because over the weekend, today is Friday, September, I believe 24th. Tomorrow I will be having some events take place that I just needed a quick little reminder to make sure that I stay in a healthy place mentally and emotionally. And I thought that maybe someone out there might also need the same type of encouragement. And also, as we're approaching October, we are coming up on the holidays. And for me, not only are we approaching holidays, but we're approaching birthdays back to back to back. So my youngest is going to be 3 in October. Then my oldest daughter is going to be 9 in November. My son is going to be 17 in November. I'm going to be 39 in December, and then my husband and I will have our anniversary in January. So we have a lot of exciting things coming up, but we also have things like Thanksgiving. We have things like Christmas coming up. We have things like New Year's coming up. And for those of us that are out there that are going no contact with relatives or parents, this is a difficult time. It's a challenging time for us. So I just wanted to look up some things for myself, and I thought that I would share it with you. And I also thought it would be a good chance to just remind myself of day 25 of our workbook, It's Not You, It's Them, 30 Days of Hope and Help for the Adult Child of a Narcissistic Parent. And it was actually day 26. She talks about the holidays. So not day 25, day 26. And it was just a really good reminder for myself. Like I said, this weekend, I have some events coming up. My little sister's having a baby shower. So that's going to put me in a space around people that I'm going to need to give grace, but while giving people grace, honoring myself as well. So, and that just means there's some flying monkeys that's going to be there. There's just some toxic individuals that's likely to be there. So I obviously want to support my sister. This is her and her husband's first baby. So this is just really good information. So just a reminder about day 26, it was the holidays. And it just talks about, she says, consider this official permission to forego the family gatherings if people are rude, critical, or abusive to you. No matter what society says, you matter too. And if a more willing holiday, meaningful holiday, is to be with just people who love and support you, then I encourage you to do just that. Life is short. Don't waste it in the company of toxic people. Create your own family out of those who love and respect you, not guilt trip and pressure you. So that was what day 26 was all about. The affirmation was, I have the right to enjoy my holidays and choose the family to spend it with that supports me and loves me. What this meant to me was, I have the right to make my own traditions with my own family. I'm not society normal. I'm not. I'm me, and my family is loving, caring, and a blessing. And so then she just has you do some work on different holidays, what you would do different, the people that you would spend them around. And so I did that. I'm not going to get into that right now. But yeah, so that was really, really helpful. And it just reminded me that I choose what situations I will allow myself to be in. And so I'm not going to worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. So I am going to enjoy the rest of today. But one thing I do know, 2 things for certain, if anyone becomes toxic, if anyone starts exhibiting behaviors that make me feel upset, that trigger me, that start to make me feel anxious, I will exercise my right to leave. So that is the one cool thing about finishing the workbook, doing the inner work and the inner healing, is that I don't have to be rude. I don't have to engage in anything negative or toxic. I can just exercise my right to leave. And I'm telling you to do the same. If you have any events that are coming up, that don't feel anxious about it. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. You know, even if you feel nervous, like, you know, that nervous feeling where you're about to stand up and leave because in your mind you're just like, I gotta leave, but you feel nervous because maybe, you know, somebody is gonna be like, where are you going? Da, da, da. Don't fight through that nervousness. Stand up, be awkward, be clumsy. You know, if you gotta stutter. If you don't, if you're not that type and you're just, when you're awkward, you're more like, you know, confident or stern, whatever you are, just make sure you make that exit. You make that exit and you pat yourself on the back and you say, I took care of me. No one took care of me when I was younger, but today, this day, I took care of me. So that's one thing. The other thing is, like I said, holidays are coming up. And I found this really good article. It was published in 2018. It's on Psychology Today, and it's called Estranged at the Holidays, 8 Strategies to Get Through. And I'm not going to read it all, but I will read some statistics to you that she shared. So she said, the reality is that adult-child parent estrangement is not so rare. One study by Richard Conti with primarily female college and graduate students participating found that 43.5% have been estranged at some point, and that 26.6% reported extended estrangement. He concluded that estrangement going no contact, I'm gonna just say that, is perhaps as common as divorce in certain segments of society. Another study conducted in Britain by Lucy Blake echoed these findings with even higher percentages of estrangement. Of the 807 people interviewed, 455 were estranged from their mothers. Homing in on the reasons for estrangement, Blake reported mentions of emotional abuse, 77%, divergent expectations about family roles and relationships, 65%, clashes in personality or values, that's 53%, neglect, that's 45%, and mental health issues, 47%. So it says, in answer to a question Blake posed about the possibility of reconciliation, most respondents strongly agreed with the statement, we could never have a functional relationship in the future. What daughters wish for from their mothers will be achingly familiar to anyone who has gone no contact. More positive, unconditionally loving, warm and emotionally close, more accepting and respectful, less critical and judgmental, and greater recognition of hurtful behavior. So yeah, going no contact definitely is the last resort. This person also wrote a book called Daughter Detox, Recovering from an Unloving Mother and Claiming Your Life. So this article is just letting you know that it's really common. And I feel like I know for myself, for many years, I thought that I was the only one going through this. I thought I was the only one that was no contact with their mother, low contact with their sibling, low contact with my father. And I just sometimes would beat myself up, like she says in this article. If you so choose to read it, we start to feel guilt. We start to doubt ourselves, like, am I doing the right thing? What if it's me and not them? And just questioning our decision to go no contact. And especially around holidays is difficult because we're bombarded with images of families, you know, having dinner, you know, stovetop stuffing dinners, and Coca-Cola has a Christmas commercial, and you know, Ball Ham has a commercial of a family around the table eating ham at Christmas. And then, you know, we have the Target commercials, and we're bombarded with all these images of what our family life should look like, what our holidays should look like. And these are just 30-second clips that really kind of mess with our psyche, which then messes with our esteem and our emotions. Majority of families do not look like a commercial. Most families don't look like a commercial, but we're bombarded with it so much that we start to formulate this vision in our mind of what our holiday should look like and who should be around our table. And if someone's toxic, oh, Uncle Joe, it doesn't matter if he says inappropriate things or pinches people on the butt. This is what Thanksgiving is all about. And for me, it's not what Thanksgiving is about. It's not what Christmas is about. You know, it's about being around people that I love and being grateful and thankful for the things that I have while enjoying good food. Christmas is about giving gifts because the gift of life was given to me, and to, you know, see the smile on my children's faces, and, you know, just give because I'm able to give. So anyway, that was a short little rant. Here's, this is what she said. Here's what you need to keep in mind. 1, realize you're not the only one, and not tainted either. You're not tainted. We're not tainted. Different? Yeah. Evolving? Yeah. Changed? Sure. Tainted? Never. So 2, confront your feelings of shame. If you are starting to feel shame, don't push it down. Just acknowledge it and be like, I feel ashamed of XYZ, this, that, and the third. And then start to question, like, is that a truth? Is that a truthful statement? I'm ashamed that I don't talk to my mom. Okay, why am I ashamed about that? Well, because most people talk to their mom. Most people don't. What is it about that that makes me feel ashamed? I no longer feel ashamed of that, especially since our no contact, as you know, if you've watched previous videos, came from being ghosted, gaslighted and ghosted. And so I just made the decision to say, you know what, when she starts the cat and mouse game, sticking the paw out, you know, I'm not responding. I'm choosing to go no contact. And so that's what I did. So it says, get a bead on your feelings. So that's a really good one. Instead of pushing off your feelings or pushing them down, which may be conflicted, try sitting down with them and work on naming them. That is such a true statement. And I also learned from a statement by Ben Corson, once you can put a name to something, you can pray about it. So if you're just kind of, you know, going through the motions, you know you feel something, but you don't know exactly what it is that you feel, it's just bad. Once you sit down and you're like, what am I feeling? What am I feeling? It could be frustrated. It could be anger. It could be sadness, you know, but once you name it, you can pray about it. Like, Lord, I just feel really sad about that situation. I feel really angry that, you know, my mom or my sister is acting like this. Like, that makes me angry. And, you know, just process, work through it. Prayer is so awesome, especially when you pray to a God that you know loves you. The things that it sets off in your brain is just so amazing. Definitely look some of that stuff up. Google some of that stuff up. But when you pray to a Father that you know loves you, and you're just like, I'm really sad about that. He's not angry that you're sad. He's like, I know what sadness is. I made you and I gave you emotions. Now let me help you work through this, you know? Anyway, recognize your triggers. It could be individuals. It could be certain comments, certain statements. It could be certain commercials, like the commercials on the TV may be triggering. I know for me, I just be like, you know, I just have to remember, like, what my holiday is going to look like is going to look like for my family traditions. So, and definitely read and research triggers and what they are. Mourn your losses. Mourn it. We discussed a lot of these things in this workbook. So mourn your losses. Yeah, man, grieve it. It sucks, but I'm okay. I'm well, you know? Try not to be reactive or frantic. Yes. Like it says right here, I absolutely recognize fearsome self-blaming. The fearsome self-blaming that can take perch in your head amid the constant blight of family togetherness and Christmas carols, and how that might make you think, maybe I should call her. Maybe it can be fixed because it's Christmas. Don't be reactive. Don't be frantic. I've had those same thoughts too, like, oh, maybe I should. And I sit with it and I pray about it. And I remember originally when I first decided to remain no contact, when I prayed about it, in my mind, it was like, don't go chasing anything, Gina. Whatever is going to come to you, God works all things for the glory of your good, for your good. God works together all things for your good. So if that's the case, I don't need to go chasing anything. I'll believe and receive what I receive, but I'm not going to go chase anything or anyone. I'm open. You want to call? You want to have a normal, healthy conversation? Sure. I'm not rehashing, but I'm not going chasing. So yeah. Don't curate or overcompensate. And this one was just talking about, like, if you have children, if you have a family of your own, trying to go real big and like just for Christmas and stuff. And one lady said, the actual author of this said that she realized that she was starting to become like her mother because she wouldn't let any of the kids put their ornaments on, because she's like, oh no, it's too sloppy, it has to look perfect. And she stopped herself and was like, oh my gosh, you know, that's narcissistic. I'm making it all about me. So, you know, don't try to overcompensate for anything. Just enjoy what you have. Just enjoy what you have, the love that you have. It doesn't matter if you're surrounded by many or few. Many or few. And then open yourself up to joy is number 8. She says she's not trying to be a Pollyanna here. I know how hard the season can be for lots of different reasons, but saying receptive to happiness is also important. Yeah. Yeah. It says do take pleasure in small moments too. So, and then she ends it with happy healing days to everyone. These tips are worth remembering throughout the year. They're not just holiday fare. So I just want you to know, for all of us who are survivors, who are thrivers, it's okay if we have bad days. It's okay if we see a commercial with a family at a table surrounded by, you know, grandmother, grandpa, mom, dad, and it hurts. You're not alone. We're not these unicorns. There's more of us. There's more people like us than not like us. So you are not alone. And on those days that you may not feel your best self, I'm telling you, I have those days too. So I'm here to let you know I have those days too. And if that day is just, if you have to even go into the night and you're not feeling your best self, it's okay. It's okay if you're not okay, okay? Eventually you will be okay. And it's understandable to be upset about not being close to family, because, you know, we are, and that's what society tells us. We are supposed to, us as mothers, we're supposed to be nurturing and clingy and, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But not everyone has that experience. And it is hard, especially if you have like a spouse or a friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you go over their house and you see them with their mother. They have a great relationship. I have a friend who has a pretty good relationship with her mom, and sometimes that's upsetting, and that's okay. But I have to remember that I'm blessed as well. I'm blessed to be a mother. I'm blessed to be a wife. You know, I have good things going on in my life as well. Yeah, maybe I don't have that, but I have to look at all the other things that I'm blessed with and remain grateful, and to not compare and to not compete, to not give in to jealousy, none of that, you know. So I'm just saying all of those things to you because these are things that I have to say to myself and I have to stay mindful of. And it's okay, because we're creatures of change. You know, we're creatures of habit, but we're supposed to be creatures of change. Be willing to be transformed. Never be willing to just stay stagnant where you at. We always have things that we need to learn and unlearn, and, you know, things that we need to grow through. So with that being said, I did get my order from Amazon. I ordered 3 new workbooks that I'm thinking about doing for the channel. So I'm gonna kind of look through these and see which one I want to do first. 2 of them are kind of thick. I mean, they're definitely thicker than this one, but I'm really excited. So and I was gonna say, hey, leave a comment and tell me what you guys want me to do, but I do have 1 subscriber. Hello CD, I hope you are well. I think about you often. I thank you for your support. I'm always gonna shout you out because you're my day one. You know, I don't know when she'll be able to watch the videos or comment, so I'm just gonna go through these and pick which one I want to do and share on the channel. The first one that I got, it says let that go. And it's harboring grudges and plotting revenge take a lot of energy, while the wait for one true moment of, I don't know that word, sounds oh so sweet. True bliss can be found in simply not giving up. With let that go, you'll find moments of profanity laced catharsis enjoyed through journaling activities and inspirations that are positive as fuck. Within these truly charming pages, you'll find ways to let go of the bull and lift your spirit a little higher. So I thought that was really cool. This one had a really high, it had like 22,000 ratings, and it had like 5 stars. So I got it. A journal for leaving the behind and creating a happy life. So this kind of looks like it'll be fun and funny, because what we just did was kind of not heavy, but it, you know, so this one. The next one had some really good ratings as well. Didn't have the best reviews, but it did have like 4.5 stars. And this one is Retrain Your Brain, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy in 7 Weeks, a workbook for managing depression and anxiety. And this is longer, and we're at about 20 minutes, so I'm not gonna read the back of this one, but this is book option number 2. And then option number 3, Self-Love. It's a workbook for women, release self-doubt, build self-compassion, and embrace who you are. And this is that one. So I'm really excited to get into these. This one actually has a survey for you to do before you get started. I think to just kind of see where you're at on the self-love level. I don't know who set the score, but okay. So yeah, these are the 3 books that I have that I'm going to decide which ones to work on and which ones to share with you guys. I think they'll all be awesome. I think they'll all be fun. I think they all go well with finishing this book, which is just really healing from your childhood, really addressing some childhood issues, learning some ways to deal with, you know, difficult situations. And now, you know, self-love, retrain the brain and let it go. So I thought all of those would go really good after finishing what we just did. So yeah, if you guys or anyone that comes across this channel wants to go along with me in this, you know, pick these up, leave a comment, say, hey, I got the book too. I'm following along with you as well. Feel free to leave comments. Definitely like this video if you enjoyed the content. Share the love, share the channel, and definitely if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and always leave a comment. Always. I look forward to the comments, so please leave a comment. And thank you. And I just want to let you know, in case no one's told you today, you matter and I love you.